on? It's VinceBracy.com.
Chase P.
And this is the Bros With No Hoes Podcast.
No disrespect.
No disrespect at all. Shout out to anybody that had something to say about the name, that liked the name, that liked the picture. Shout out to all you guys.
So I feel like we have to have that disclaimer after we say Bros With No Hoes. You have to
no disrespect.
No disrespect.
Well,
I had a couple people tell me too, like, I just don't know what to feel about that name.
They shouldn't feel no type of way because there's no hoes.
Yeah, there's no hoes.
Like,
so
it's like
if it was like Bros With a lot of hoes, then I could see where your frustration could come from. But yeah, chill with all that hoe shit. But no, we don't have any.
There's no hoes here, guys. Sorry.
So yeah.
So people said that they wanted to hear more about us. Is that that was some of the feedback that you had?
I had a couple people say that they wanted more insight into who we are as people and what we do and how, I guess, these like current events, because people always want to see how like current events can kind of connect to your own personal life and what you're personally going through.
I agree.
So
one of my boys told me I was being too modest when I described what I was doing, like what I do for a living. I'm like, I host, but
but you know, with me, like I'm always modest because I feel like I should just let the work speak for itself. I shouldn't have to hype myself up and be like, oh, I'm this and da-da-da-da. Like, this is, I know, just as a person who's in a creative environment, everybody's hitting you with their titles and what they do and shit like that. And I'm just like, I'm not that type of person. Like, y'all just, and then next thing you know, they're on the same level as you. So it's like, come on, man, I'm not even with that. That's why I just rather let the work speak for itself.
I'm less modest on Instagram anyway, so check out my page once again.
My Instagram is kind of modest too.
Your Instagram is pretty modest.
I feel like I need to stunt more.
You gotta stunt. I mean, Instagram is for stunt. We've talked about this too. It's pretty much for stunting. So some people post, whatever the heck they want. I specifically have always, like, even my very first picture back in like 2012 or something like that was of me hosting an event. Like, I made sure of that, and I did post some like personal stuff here and there, but for the most part it's me working.
Somebody went on my page and told me that I should post more film stuff, and I feel like I should.
I think you should.
I should post more film stuff, but it just be like, I mean, it's my Instagram, and I want to post shit that I think was either a dope picture or a dope moment.
No, all the time.
Something that I just feel personally close to. Like, I'm not gonna. I see a little. People be taking pictures by them park Maseratis. Yeah. They'd be like park Maseratis or like some park Lamborghini or something like that. Oh, I got to take a picture next to this Lamborghini so I can stunt. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be that person.
You could do that. I've never had a chance to do that. I took a picture of a Maybach that I thought was Jay-Z's or somebody affiliated with Jay-Z outside of a party I was doing one time because I forgot who was getting married. Pecas. His man's. But yeah, that's Instagram is for stunting, man. Especially if you're a creative type. You should throw something up there. Just something.
I think every once in a while you could throw a little stunt picture.
Something.
Still stunt pic, but I don't think for me, I mean, everybody else is different. Like, they can do whatever they want. It's so funny because I posted on Instagram the other day, shout out to the people who be posting pictures like they out of town. Like, I done seen you on a 2 train. I remember one time I was chilling at somewhere. I'm not gonna name. No names, no nothing. Uh-oh. So I'm chilling, it's a bunch of us, and there's this girl next to me who I know personally, and she posted a picture as if she was in Miami and like tagged Miami, and I'm like, you sitting right next to me, like you dead right.
She had her legs in the sand on the beach,
like you dead right next to me, like that's and shit like that. I'm just not with.
These pina coladas is
hitting crazy.
Hashtag take me back.
I hate take me back pictures.
Yo, I be wanting to post a take me back.
I hate take me back pictures. It's like, all right, you done posted the whole time you was in Dubai. You done posted 15 pictures of you being in Dubai, and now you back and it's winter and it's cold, and you want to hit us with just want to remind y'all, I went to Dubai. You know what I'm saying?
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm hating a little bit, but we're not taking you back. Just stop.
Exactly.
Stop.
Like,
stop
come on,
posting.
Man. That shit is annoying.
If it's a throwback, cool. Don't take me back. Stop it.
I hate those pictures. The take me back pictures. What else? What other pictures I hate on Instagram? A lot of people's lives be trash. Like, a lot of people's lives be trash. Like, straight up, their live is literally just them sitting there and like the camera's on them, and they're just like. And I'm just like, you gotta say something, do something.
How do you define a trash life?
Like, what are you doing? You just on the camera, just sitting there. Like, do something. Like, talk to us. You know what I'm saying? Tell us what's going on. You just sitting there looking at the camera.
I'm trying to figure out why girls in general think it's okay to just look at the camera and not say nothing.
That, to me, and this may seem kind of messed up, but, like, where's the intellect?
Ooh, and not to say that, you know, there's no intellect there, because there are some smart girls that do that, but I feel like it's just like you know how Facebook back in the day it would just say, oh, how are you feeling today? Like you would type something.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like that's what Instagram says when girls open up their Instagram. Oh, how are you feeling today? And they just look at it like
sad.
Let me put this song on in the background and smile a little bit, just a little bit.
Or like they're riding in the car and they're like the funniest ones is the ones who like will try to recite the lyrics, but like don't know the lyrics.
Oh nah,
those are the funniest ones. I hate All
right, since we talking about stuff that we hate on Instagram, again, I'm sorry to pick on the ladies. I love y'all, but I need to know. And again, for people listening, they can't figure out what this is. But what is this? Like when you put you put the hand up next to your face and the hand is just floating there.
What is that, bro?
It looks like you're carrying a purse almost like you're carrying it extended, or you're about to like put up the fist for Black Power. But it just sits there.
That.
I never like
that. And the most common pictures, and again, we not hating on chicks, but the most common pictures you see the hand up.
The hand. You gotta call it. What's the name for the hand? It's unnecessary.
Half Black Power.
Half Black Power. Like they not sure.
You got the half Black Power.
All right.
You got the sniff the pit pose. You know those poses when they be like
fake laid out on the bed,
and they be like, they look like they sniffing their pit, making sure it's not funky.
I'm so exhausted today.
That's the sniff the pit pose. This
is my 267th picture that I took.
I know, right? And then you got the looking for hope pose, I call it.
What?
When they looking at the ground.
Oh Lord.
Like, you see those pictures where like chicks will be posing and they'll be looking at the ground.
Like, what you looking at?
What are you? Yeah.
That's a pose, and I want to know where it comes from. I want to know like who said like, I don't know. All right, so off guard pics was a thing. It still is technically,
but now people be faking off guard pics.
That's the biggest thing. I feel like people have been faking off guard.
People fake off guard pics.
I've had people say, "Yo, take this off guard pic for me real quick." How?
I straight up see chicks like pose like this. The whole time, like we'll hold a 10-second pose just like that, looking like they're laughing,
looking like they enjoying themselves.
Come on, we know that's.
I can't do the fake happiness on IG. That's why I don't have that many like selfies or anything. But I need to. I'm looking forward to getting in front of the camera more this year. So hopefully I'll have like random pictures. But I be making ugly ass faces when I'm hosting. I realize I need to smile more.
Yeah, I realized that when the picture that's why those candid pictures.
Is that what I was doing? Is that what I look like?
And you really think you smooth too? That's the crazy part.
I was killing this shit.
You really be thinking you smooth.
Gonna look fire. I can't post none of these pictures people be taking of me, yo. I be looking crazy.
Yeah, and then they want to tag you in, and then be like, come on, bro, like, come on, man.
Can't do nothing with that. But so we're here, man. We just started. This is the first Bros with No Hoes of Black History Month.
Oh
man.
Yes. You know this is February 1st, first of the month.
February 1st is when we're recording this episode, if you're listening right now. I did want to shout out this clothing brand by my guy, Donnie Bosco. It's called Lofty Ambition. Now,
this is black owned, right?
Black owned. Support black owned business.
Support black owned businesses.
If you have time, just type in DonnieBosco.com, or you can go to the link in my bio at Vince Bracey on IG. Get yourself one of those Black History Month / year. The month is crossed out because Black History is all year round.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So that's our fake sponsor for today, but y'all gonna see me promoting that a little bit more.
Dope.
So what we trying to get into today, man?
Well, first of all, I definitely gotta commemorate the Black History Month.
Yes.
Like I
fist all the way up.
All the way up.
All the way up.
I knew it was Black History Month, but I was just so caught up in the day that I just didn't hit me. And then all the stuff that's going on with Trump and all that stuff in the news. Nobody's really like commemorating the month. So
we got the government back.
We do got the government back.
That happened.
And it's so crazy because I had a friend who works for the government, and she had to come in on the weekend to help like pay everybody back
for no pay.
Yeah, because they weren't getting any money, so she had to come in and help with the payroll on a Saturday.
Damn.
So that shit was crazy.
I hope she put a little something extra in hers.
I'd have done that. put a little 100,000 in it. You know what I mean?
Shout out to any government workers out there. I feel bad. I feel like an asshole. I didn't check on my friends that work for the government. I have a few friends. I don't know. I know there's probably some TSA people. The police and firefighters count also, right?
I don't know.
Was y'all?
I think
paid?
that's city.
Police and firefighters. Let us know. But I didn't. Yeah, I didn't check on all my government employees.
I don't think that's state or federal. I think that's city.
All right. I hope everybody's getting paid now, though. You know what I'm talking about?
I hope so, bro. I hope so. So yeah, we hitting it off for Black History Month. Shout out to Malcolm X. Shout out to Martin Luther King, Rosa Parks. There's so many black
Frederick
historians.
Douglass, Thurgood Marshall.
You know what I'm saying?
Just
Marcus Garvey.
Marcus Garvey. Oh, my favorite. Of course, I say my favorite, and I forget his name immediately after. Immediately after the dude that invented peanut butter.
Oh, Carver.
George Washington Carver. Yo, I wrote so many book reports on him just because it was the easiest. Yeah, it was the easiest thing to do. I was like, yeah, y'all didn't even know a black man came up with peanut butter, did you?
It's like, how could you be racist and then have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? Like, how could you? When the dude invented peanut butter.
For real.
So... Oh, who else? Madam C.J. Walker. Getting chicks' hair laid out with that perm.
She was the originator.
Had chicks' hair on fire for like 2 minutes before they had to wash out that perm.
She had wild followers on Instagram if Madam C.J. Walker was around today.
OD followers now.
Yo, black people came up with a lot of things. What is it? The street light.
Yeah. I think
somebody said
the air conditioner, didn't we? I think we invented the air conditioner.
I'm taking credit for everything this month. Forget it. Like, black people came up with everything. We invented the light bulb. We invented, I don't know. I'm just saying. The seatbelt, the internet.
Word. Yeah, man. So definitely big shout out big up to, and big commemorations to Black History Month. We starting off this podcast on the first of the month. They gave us the shortest month, of course. But we gonna take the whole year. We're not just gonna take this month.
That's right. That's why you gotta celebrate all year. Get yourself one of those Black History Year crew necks from DonnieBosco.com. That was a long ass commercial just now.
Yeah, that was a long ass plug. But I definitely want to send my deepest prayers to Jesse Smollett. I don't even know how to pronounce
Jesse Smollett. Jesse Smollett.
Obviously, if you haven't heard, he was recently in Chicago.
Word.
2 a.m. Went to go get some Subway. We hungry, and he was beaten by 2 Trump supporters who were screaming out MAGA and other atrocities and racial slurs.
That's crazy, man.
And they put a noose around his neck, and then they beat him up.
And threw bleach on him, supposedly.
So, obviously, there's no question that this is wrong. There's no question that this is clearly a terrorist attack and hate crime.
Yo, the fact that they even have to question if it's a hate crime is weird to me.
Yeah, that shit is
I think
so
there's so
weird.
many different rules and stuff like that. And I'm glad you decided to talk about this, too, because people have been saying, like, the general consensus is, black men don't want to talk about gay black men and what they have to go through too much. So I'm glad we could talk about
I mean, at the end of the day, he's still black. He's still a man, So I'm not gonna be like, nah, like, you're gay, so I can't be, nah, you still one of my brothers. Like, I don't want none of my brothers to get hurt, whether you're gay, straight, transgender, it don't matter. Like, I still don't want you to get hurt, and I don't want anybody. And to be honest, specifically because you're, in a sense, the minority, I wouldn't want anybody to hurt you. I wouldn't want anybody to come up to you specifically because you're transgender and hurt you. Not to say that if you're not part of that community that you're subjected to hurt too, but I'm just saying, like, people who intentionally do things because of your race or your sexual preference, that shit is fucked up.
Yo, for real fucked up, because I don't understand, like, why people feel the need to I don't know, to spread hate in general. Like, why is that something that you took time out of your day to,
Yeah, it's like the person who, like, will come. It's like all those people who were, like, calling the cops because the person was barbecuing or the person was, like, outside without a license. Like, why do you take time out of your day to, like, intentionally fuck up someone else's.
Word.
That shit is just, it's just, I don't understand white people sometimes.
Like
Like real talk, like I just don't understand white people sometimes.
Yo,
like,
the hatred is real, man. I don't get it, and I really, really, really hope that there's like a video somewhere where they can catch this person, because I just don't understand how like I haven't heard too many details on it, but I know he said what he said. And all this crazy stuff happened with these guys with the MAGA. I don't know if they had MAGA hats on, but
they said they, but
this is MAGA country.
They said the MAGA country thing, but I don't think they had MAGA hats.
Right.
I think that was just like a rumor.
But yeah, man, like like I said, I just don't understand like why people would do something like this. And like, I just really hope they get caught, man. I really hope they
they said that they had some video, but I don't know.
I hope he could recognize somebody
like,
or something.
It's like a game of telephone. Like this whole. Once news comes out, it comes out the real actual news. And then when it gets funneled through everybody else, like the shit becomes completely different by the time it gets to like the source, or by the time it gets to like social media or something like that, or some other news outlet, people pretty much done twisted the whole story up. So, I mean, at the end of the day, only Jesse really knows what happened. We're all just kind of spectators, just waiting for information to come in. So
all right,
as information comes in, we're just going to figure it out and obviously make our judgment there. But
so is it wrong to talk about the conspiracy theories in the same breath?
What is the conspiracy?
So what I'm hearing, there's a few like posts going around on social media, and not to take out any, any of the fact that this is a horrible thing that happened to somebody, period. But I'm seeing things saying that he might be stretching the truth about certain parts of the story. And I'm like, I don't know why somebody would make all that up. Like, that's wild. That's super wild. And another reason, like I said, if that's really what happened, like I really, really, really hope that there's like video, like security camera footage or something somewhere. It's a subway.
Yeah, it's a subway. They got to have a camera somewhere.
So people are saying, it is super fucking brick out here. Why are you trying to get a sandwich at 2:00 in the morning, blah, blah, blah. And again, this is like kind of the same thing as like women in situations like this, like, oh, like don't put yourself in that. But who knows? You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Nigga might have really just wanted a sandwich at 2 a.m.
Yo, something wild? I just heard 15 homeless people froze to death in the last couple of days in Chicago. Like, that's how cold it is over there. That's wild.
That's some wild shit.
That's wild. So so if my mans was out there at 2:00 in the morning getting a sandwich, who knows? Who cares? But yeah, so some people were saying that there's a possibility that he might have tried to go on like a Tinder date or something like that, and it went wrong. So that was one of the conspiracy theories that I heard out there. So.
But what could have gone wrong? Did he meet the person and they was like, and he like got catfished and he was like, oh, no, that's not you. So and he was like, what you mean? That's not me.
That's a possibility. I also heard that maybe some dudes that were from MAGA country was out there trolling dudes on what is it called? Grindr. Grindr is like the for people that don't know, it's like the gay
LGBTQ.
It's like the gay Tinder. Some dude was out there like trolling people looking for gay black dudes to beat up. So that's also a possibility. So if that's the case, again, that still
you have to
true.
ask this question too.
That still holds true to the story, but
how
that's still messed up.
It's still
man.
Fucked up. But you also you're asking the wrong question.
What's that?
How good is your gaydar to know and see a gay guy walk at 2:00 in the morning the middle of Chicago to know, yeah, that's the gay guy.
Yo,
I'm gonna go get him.
But remember, they said, and this is all right. So we bringing up stories and stuff over here now. So yeah, somebody had said that there was I think there was a letter received at Fox or something like that of somebody saying like, oh, you're in trouble or something like that. Somebody had sent some threatening letter to Fox, I believe. But also supposedly, the first thing that they had said was, excuse my language, folks, for anybody listening, but ain't you that faggot nigga from Empire? You know what I'm saying? Like, so like he's a recognizable character.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So, if that's who somebody was looking for, if they shouted him out on the street and said that, then yeah, man, they're gonna see him. I hope he put in a little fight. I hope he threw some punches or something.
I hope he did. I hope he didn't just let him.
Phoenix said that this sounds like a storyline for Jamal. I thought that was actually accurate. My man's was like in a garbage can or something like that, getting beat up by his dad or something. It's very intense.
From Empire?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And is that messed up?
That is messed up.
Yeah. Did you see Empire?
I saw the first season,
Yeah.
and I saw when the father put him in the.
I've only watched the first season, and I was told, and again, you know, I have plenty of gay friends. Is that always what somebody says when somebody's about to say something extremely offensive?
Exactly.
I stopped watching it.
I have a black friend. My best friend is black.
I stopped watching it after the first season. One, because my work schedule got supremely hectic, so I wasn't, you know, that's when I went on tour and stuff like that. And also, when I did try to have a chance to watch it, people kept telling me, "Yo, it's really gay this season." And shout out to Lee Daniels. Like, I don't know if that's his. How they say the gay agenda. I don't know if he's really like trying to push that, but probably just trying to make people more aware of like.
Yeah, exactly.
Which
like
I don't have a problem with, but yeah, they said it was extremely gayer.
I did see. I saw the first season of Empire.
I love the first season.
First season, I ain't gonna lie. The first season was good, and then the second season, the story, like I think I saw maybe 1 or 2 episodes of the second season, and I was like, the storyline just, and it wasn't the gay thing that turned me off. It was just the fact that it was just like the storyline was, you kind of they already told like so much of the story in the first season, right, that when it came to the second season, it was like, well, what's gonna be next?
I was kind of thinking that too. I see the commercials every once in a while.
Yeah, and I was just, when I saw the first and I think a little bit of the second episode, I was just like, I don't really see the storyline going anywhere. So, but they did. I mean, no offense, but they did gay it up a little bit. You know what I mean? They did gay it up a little bit.
He knew what he was doing, Lee Daniels.
So, but you know, I can't tell him, especially myself as a writer and filmmaker, like I can't tell him like that's not a story that you can't, like, you know, like right, you can't tell, like that's something that's personal to you and that's something that you want to write. Do it.
That's right. That's right. 50 Cent said it was looking like High School Musical and stuff.
That shit is no, for real.
Out the songs.
No, for real. Empire really is Glee though.
Yo,
it's like a black
or
Glee.
Glee word, black Glee. That's exactly what
real talk though, because like every 5 seconds they're singing something or they're doing some type of musical shit. So.
I know you heard my record. Like they just break out in the song. Like I was like, oh, this is dope. This is dope.
So shout out to Empire though. Shout out to Lee Daniels.
I enjoyed it. But yeah, once again, just want to send, you know, thoughts and prayers out to Jussie Smollett.
Exactly. Heal.
Again, crazy fucked up situation, man. I hope everything turns out the best for him. Suppose he's still performing.
Yeah, he's I think he has a performance in L.A. and he's gonna go out there with the scars and all.
Oh, crazy.
That's
man.
thug.
OD.
That's thug.
Speaking of thug, our uncle Mike Epps had something to say. He said he's performing at the same place in Chicago, and he was like, I dare somebody to jump out on me, boy. Come on.
Do it.
Please.
Because I swing.
You know what
I may lose the fight, but I'm not going to go down without swinging. So, anyways.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine that, man.
So, let's get into this Fyre Festival.
Everybody got a chance.
Listen, if you didn't see the Fyre Festival by now, it's going to be hella spoilers. I really don't care. And y'all should have been saw it by now.
I didn't get to watch the Hulu one, though.
I should have seen
Was the Hulu one good at all?
So what I'm hearing is that the one on Netflix is the one to see.
All right,
because that's got the spicy shit.
That's the spicy shit.
But I haven't seen the Hulu one, but I do want to see the Hulu one because they actually have Billy McFarland interviewing. They said that they paid him to interview.
Ooh.
So I do want to see that one.
And you know he's all about that bag too.
Yeah. So, what you think about it?
I thought it was interesting. You know, I probably watched it over a week ago, so it's not as fresh in my mind. But yeah, so if people don't know, remember the Fyre Festival was a big thing that was happening a couple years back.
It was like 2017.
I think so, and it was a big festival. You know how people do the Coachellas and all these other things.
It was trying to be the new Coachella, or like the luxury Coachella.
And it was that's what it was. It was in the Bahamas, so they marketed to like a lot of rich people because it's a destination thing. They had a lot of influencers and stuff put in their 2 cents to try to come out and invited a bunch of people out.
Yeah,
and the headliner was Ja Rule. Ja Rule of all people. So I guess
they had Ja Rule. They had Blink 180. I know it was Ja Rule and Blink 182 was.
I didn't even know that.
Like from what I've seen, because I remember when before the documentary came out. I remember when those ads was coming out.
Yeah,
like
I remember that too.
Yeah, I remember seeing on Instagram the whole ads and all that stuff. So I'm like, oh, this type lit. They got Bella Hadid and all those models on the yacht. I'm like, oh, this shit look little litty.
So all in all, they got people hyped for this thing, and it didn't happen
at all.
It didn't happen.
Mind you, these kids is paying $12,000 if you got $12,000 to spend on a festival, you kind of deserve to get your money fucked up. Like you kind of deserve that, because it's just like, what you doing with $12,000 to go to a festival?
Nah, not on that one. So so one of the quotes that Ja Rule had supposedly was what we did isn't fraud, it's false advertising. Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
Thank you, O'Day.
It definitely was false advertising, because blah blah blah, all this, everything that took place. But what Billy did was
that shit was fraud.
He's a fraud master.
That shit, because if you watch the documentary, they would promise you like certain packages, you pay for it, and they wouldn't even have the package available.
Yeah.
They would promise certain villas and stuff. They didn't have the villas. They would promise certain like VIP packages, and as the festival got closer and closer to the actual date, they didn't have enough money.
These guys.
So they started putting like these super astronomical packages and telling people to buy those so that they can make more money, which they couldn't. They obviously didn't have the package. They didn't have none of that. So it was just like they was pretty much scamming everybody.
These guys scam the hell out of everybody. Is this the lunch that you're showing us? This is the
ham and the cheese sandwich.
Luxurious lunch. It's 2 pieces of wheat bread with some balled up lettuce and tomatoes on the side, and a couple pieces of cheese thrown on top. In a styrofoam box, looking like school lunch that somebody took this turkey out of or something like that. Like it's very bad. It was
bad. Yeah.
And not only that, so what are you supposed to? All right, so you hungry for your life, right? You just flew to the Bahamas. You know what I'm saying? You expecting like some salmon or something like that with some pineapples.
I know, right?
Something good, some coconut shrimp, something like that. So they hand you that, and like, all right, so what you supposed to wash that down with?
They was trying to get water.
They didn't have no water, boy.
Yo, so there was a part in the.
This is the most famous part.
The famous part of so the guy, I think his name is Andy King.
Oh, you got his name?
Yeah, I think it was Andy King. His name was Andy King. And hold up, do I even have the clip? Can we just play the clip so people can hear it? I gotta play the clip so people can actually hear it.
We're definitely gonna insert that clip.
Let me tell you something. We had 4 containers filled, 4 18-wheeler trucks filled with Evian water. But I had left the week before for 2 days to go to meetings in Bermuda for the America's Cup. And when I came back, I'd missed the big meeting with Customs. And of course, Customs had said to Billy and the gang, you need to pay us $175,000 in cash today for us to release the water.
That's wild bread for water.
I went down.
It's probably
Billy
like gallons.
called me. I'm going to speak completely, this won't go that far, I'm sure, but Billy called and said, Andy, we need you to take one big thing for the team. And I said,
hey, yo.
Oh my gosh, I've been taking something for the team every day. He said, well, you're our wonderful gay leader, and we need you to go down. Will you suck dick
Yo.
to fix this water problem? And I said, Billy, what? He said, Andy, if you will go down and suck Cunningham's dick, who's the head of Customs, and get him to clear all of the containers with water.
It gets worse, though.
You will save this festival.
Wait for it,
I literally drove home, took a shower. I drank some mouthwash.
No.
I'm like, oh my gosh, and I got into my car to drive across the island to take one for the team.
No.
Back to his office, fully prepared to suck his dick.
No. All right.
Nice.
All right. So,
yo, watching that, I was sitting on the edge of my bed, like looking at this, like trying to gain information from it. I was like, this took a left turn.
Because when he said I put mouthwash and stuff, I thought he was gonna say I took a shower because I felt so dirty.
Word. That's what I thought he was gonna.
Yeah, like how could you even ask me that question?
I laid in my bed and cried.
Yeah, like he was like, nah, I'm going down there, and it's so crazy.
He's like, I'm already gay.
The craziest thing about that is I immediately took a video of that and I sent it to my boy and I was like, listen, I need niggas like this on the team.
Yo, suck a dick for water out here,
I need niggas who's willing to take it to that level.
Come on, son. How long they known each other? He was like, yo, bro, you gonna try to go suck this nigga's dick real quick? So we can get these cases of water to the people?
But the thing is, how confident of a dick sucker do you know you could release $175,000 worth of water?
That's a lot of dick sucking, yo.
You know what I'm saying? He may only get like 12,000 worth. You know what I mean?
Yo, Andy King got that sloppy pause.
And how?
Yo, he was ready. He was like, "Word, how much? 175,000.
I got y'all.
Oh, I'll be right back, guys."
That's the thing. And what was the dude gonna say when Andy offered him to suck his dick?
He was like, "Nah, it's all right."
He's gonna be like, what? All right, come on, just get it over with. Come on, just get it over with.
If it would have happened, he would have ended up in the documentary. That'd have been
Word. That would have been so dope, though.
Then they'd had to shut down the government again because that was customs.
Yo, hell
like
yeah.
That's wild. It was a whole situation, man.
It would have been so dope, though, if he was on a documentary. It was like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, he got that fire.
Yo, they named the festival after his head. Yo, that's wild. That's wild.
Yo, that whole documentary was just crazy. But this is the thing about like these like young entrepreneurs that we always like give them the benefit of the doubt of like them knowing something or them being able to carry a business, but in actuality they're really just scamming them. It's like the girl, what's the girl who did Theranos, that company? There's this company called Theranos. So basically what they do is they do testing, they do like blood testing.
Oh no.
And the CEO's name is Elizabeth Holmes.
Why do you know this? This is dope.
Yo, I read a lot.
There you go.
So the CEO, her name is Elizabeth Holmes. She started a company. It literally, I forgot what they do, but they do blood testing. But
Don't
it's like
scam the sick people, man.
Yeah, it's like innovative blood testing. So she was pretty much scamming like all of her investors, making it seem like her company was worth billions, but in actuality, she wasn't. Whatever their testing method was, they were just using the traditional testing method. Like it was nothing innovative. So she's like facing 20 years in jail now. And wild. It's like, it's so crazy how like, again, like white people get taken at face value.
Oh, she was definitely white too.
Yeah, she's definitely Elizabeth Holmes. Come on.
No, I wasn't sure. I actually, it's weird that you said I know an Elizabeth Holmes that I went to Howard with that was black. But yeah, man, like I don't understand. Like, first off, where do these people learn how to? Is this ingrained to them? Is this taught from young?
It's just that gifted gab.
Like, certain people, I need to figure out how to scam.
I know
because certain people, like, they just, not only do they have the gift of gab, I feel like they just walk in any situation and be like, I know for a fact I can get this off of this many people. Like, were they like tripping off of acid when they watch Wolf of Wall Street or something like that? Like, 'cause I just want to know, like, where do you get that? I'm going to take these people money, even if it's wrong, and just look them in the face and be like, it's okay.
It's just I don't know. I honestly don't know. I personally don't know how to scam. I've never been a scammer.
Shout out to the scammers.
Shout out to the scammers who, no,
shout out to the scammers.
Holding it down, buying bottles at the club. You know what I'm saying? I'll be in your section sometimes.
Those type of scammers. Those ones that are scamming the system, that's different. Scamming the system. Don't scam people.
But, well, technically they are scamming people if you're doing credit card scams. Yeah. You taking people's money.
Oh, if you taking from people's credit cards, yeah.
That's a scam.
Credit cards and scams.
But yeah, the whole Billy McFarland thing, like, dude had people thinking that he was making millions of dollars a year, but really he only made like $60,000.
It is wild.
Then after he got arrested the first time, he went out on bail, and then from there he started another scam.
That's the craziest
while he was
part
out
of it.
on bail.
The craziest part of it.
And like was trying to sell tickets to like the Met Gala, the Grammys, and stuff like that.
Stuff that you can't get tickets to.
Pretty much stuff that you get invited to. Like you can only get invited to the Met Gala. Like you can't especially a VIP.
You just gonna be on the carpet behind Beyonce and Jay-Z with your little, you know what I'm saying, with your little Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't get a ticket
with your little
to that
Gucci
shit,
flip flops.
Come on, B.
Come on, man.
And your Fashion Nova. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
So yeah, and then they caught him for that. So I think he got I want to say he got 6 years.
I hope he got more time than that, because scamming is a wild thing. Real quick, I was a part of a scamming situation. I should have started differently than that. I wasn't a part of it, but there was a scam going on for an event. It was like a showcase this dude from Atlanta had came up and started a showcase, and he was gonna have like artists perform, and I was gonna be the host, and DJs come out, and all this. He never paid me. He never promised. He never gave the artist everything that he promised. He never paid the DJ. He never paid the venue. You know what I'm saying? So we had already like lined up a set of shows. Like, oh, we're gonna do 10 episodes of this. It's gonna be great. They're gonna show it on BET. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was supposed to be like super dope. Rod Digger was supposed to be a part of it and stuff like that. Like, it was cool. I got to meet Rod Digger. You know what I'm saying? But I'll never get to see any of that footage from the show that I hosted because everybody was angry at the end of it, and supposedly the cameraman like ran out of footage and had to pretend like he was filming. It was a Fyre festival in itself.
So they recorded the joint.
They recorded the joint, or most of it, for that matter.
Most of it, and then they just deleted the footage from there.
Whatever, they didn't delete it. It just
just never went out.
Yeah, it just never went out.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was my.
And nobody ever hit the guy up to like, yo, can I get some of that?
The dude is a criminal. I don't know why. So this is to give you anybody that does like gigs on Craigslist and stuff like that. This was my first bad Craigslist experience. So I found this gig on Craigslist. I was still living in the Bronx and had to come all the way out to like South Plainfield, New Jersey or something like that for this event. And I was like, I'm about to be on BET, man. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it didn't work out the way that everybody wanted to. And it turns out the dude, like, after we Googled him and shit, he had like a mugshot up there for scamming people. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And was doing this all over the country. So I thought that was the wildest thing. So,
but was he making money from people?
He was making a little bit of money because he was charging artists like probably like anywhere from $200 to $500 to like have a flyer made, have extra promotion, get interviewed on the red carpet and stuff like that. So one dude, the whole reason it fell apart, one dude was getting interviewed and his mans was standing behind the camera dude, and the camera dude is filming, right? And the dude standing behind him is like, yo, you're not recording. He's like, yeah, I'm good, and like brushed him off, right? He was like, no, I work with cameras. I can see that you're out of footage. Like, there's no room on your memory card, so you just standing there pointing the camera at him for no reason. And that's when stuff got a little.
So you not recording my shit?
Where?
You not recording my shit?
Exactly. So shit got a little.
So
heated.
like, I can only imagine. So like, what did the dude say? Like, y'all, so he not recording.
Exactly. It was pretty much I'm telling on you, and like a fight was about to break out, and it was like a lot of scuffling and shuffling going on, and it broke out, and we was like, all right, so we're gonna reconvene for the next episode. We're gonna cancel the rest of the show. We finished the show. It was like the after party type shit. But yeah, so we never filmed the second episode.
Wow, and this guy's never seen it.
I hope he's behind bars somewhere, man.
So I wouldn't want to say I got scammed, but I got duped from Craigslist again.
Craigslist too.
Yeah, it was a Craigslist thing. So this is when like GoFundMe, no, not GoFundMe, Kickstarter like really came up.
Yeah. When
it first started. So like people was just starting to get to Kickstarter. And if you know Kickstarter, it's a crowdfunding website.
I've never done anything like that. I've only donated every once in a while. But I've never done one myself, but I feel like I should have.
I've done one Kickstarter in my life. That was back in like 2013. For my first short film.
The Kid City Kids.
Yeah.
I remember that. I donated to that.
Yeah. So shout out to Vince.
Yeah.
Shout out to VinceBracy.com.
Hey, I remember the name of it too.
So we did a video. I was on Craigslist. Some dude answered, met up with him, all that stuff, told him the concept, all that. So me and my boy Thaddeus.
Anytime you got a boy named Thaddeus, yeah. You know it's real.
Shout out to my boy Thad. I actually got to hit him up because I haven't spoken to him in a minute. But shout out to my boy Thad.
What up, Thad?
So I'm like, yo, Thad, like I need your help. Like I'm about to do this video because in the beginning people were doing like personal videos, like they talk to the camera about their project and stuff like that. So that's what I was trying to do. But I was trying to mix in a little, because the film was about the struggles. It was about inner city. So I wanted to get some of that inner city vibe.
Cool.
So I meet up with dude, me and my boy Thad, we meet up with him. We record the whole shit. We spent like maybe a whole day not even a whole day, like half a day with him. Just going from spot to spot in Harlem. Just recording shit. Then, after we record, we leave, goes back home, 2 days later, I hit him up like, what's the progress? How's everything going? No answer.
Ooh.
Hit him up a week later. What's going on? Like, what's the progress? What's going on with the thing? Or have you edited it? Can I see some of the footage?
He didn't touch it.
No fucking answer.
He didn't even answer. Wow.
No fucking answer. 3 weeks later, hit him up again. What's good with at this point, I'm heated.
See,
like,
I'm
yo,
tight
like,
now,
what's
boy.
going on? Like, I ain't hear from you in a minute. Hits me back. Oh, yeah, I don't like your concept. Yeah, straight up. He was like, yo, I'm not really feeling this concept.
So give my shit back.
So I'm like, all right, it's cool. Like, he's like, I'm not really feeling this concept. I don't like the video, whatever. So I'm like, that's how you could tell I'm from New York, whatever. So I'm like, all right, well, that's fine. If you don't like the concept, that's fine. You don't even have to edit it. Just like, let me get the footage. Oh, no, I deleted the footage.
That's wild. Come on, son.
Straight up told me that.
Come on, son.
Straight up deleted the footage.
Word.
So, and even now, like, I'm in a situation now, me and my boy, we had some dude record a web series for us, and like the dude was like nowhere to be found.
That's wild. That's actually,
and we paid him too.
That's actually the same thing. I keep hearing about this situation. One of my boys that's a DJ, that same thing happened to him. But that's what happened with the scam that I was a part of also. Mm-hmm. The camera guys weren't a part of the scam, but they were told by the boss, hey, look, just act like you're filming still, so nobody knows. So, but I hit him up. I was like, yo, so all that stuff that we were filming that actually got filmed, can I get that? He was like, yeah, I didn't get paid for that, so I'm gonna need you to come out your pocket. I'm like, bro, we both got scammed. I didn't get paid either.
Come on, like,
I didn't get paid for that shit either. So like years later, he had hit me up, ran like, oh, what's good, bro? Yeah. I was like, yo, you got that footage still?
I ain't talking to you until we get that footage. Then we can further the conversation.
He was like, yeah, maybe we could link up one day. I just chuck it up as an L, yo.
It is, and that's the thing about some of these, like, you gotta watch out for some of these. Anybody who's like in filmmaking or like, I know a lot of people on Instagram, they like to do Instagram content and stuff like that, right. Or people just like to have content in general. Y'all really gotta watch out, cause like there's some camera people out there, there's some sound people who will really take your money then not fucking. You will never hear back from you. So my suggestion for all filmmakers, for all IGers or influencers, YouTubers, like make sure you have your own external hard drive. Word. Every time you record with a DP, we call them DPs or director of photographies or cameraman, however you want to classify them.
No camera lingo.
Yeah, it's little film lingo for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Get your glossaries out.
Hey.
Anytime you film with them, always bring up I would always bring your own, either bring your own SD card and just say, hey, you can use my SD card. And then after, I'll just take
like 100 gig something.
Yeah, get like 120, 64, 120 gig, depending on how, whatever settings he's putting on it. Right. If he's shooting it in 4K or whatever, 1080p, all that stuff.
Don't even let him leave with it.
Yeah,
don't. And cut. Yo, let me get that.
Let me get that. Like, real talk. Let me get that.
Thank you.
Take your, because some DPs, they like to edit too. Okay. They can edit too. So sometimes they may. And I get, I understand that, like, you've shot the whole thing, so you may have like a clear vision in terms of how how you can see it being edited or whatever. I understand that, and I have no problem with that. But some dudes, even chicks who do the camera work, they straight up just be on some like, I'm just doing this for bread. So they'll straight up take the bread, and then you'll never hear from them again. And they got your footage. So always bring an external hard drive. I would try to get the DP to shoot with your SD card or your CF card or whatever you're using, and then once he's done shooting or she's done shooting, yo, let me get that card back, or like that's on your card, but like let me dump the footage on my external hard drive. Even if you say, listen, I got it, I want to edit your joint or whatever, but like, nah, I need to have the footage too, because if you run off on the plug, then and you know where to be found, then next thing you know, it's on site when I see you.
Yo, videographers be in a whole nother world sometimes, and I know so many of them. It's crazy. Like, people be like, "Oh, I'm working on this other project, so I'll get back to you." So it's like you got to stay on top of people.
Real talk. And then the thing about it with videographers is that a lot of them freelance.
Hell yeah.
So they just jump. Yeah, most of them freelance. So they just jumping from gig to gig to gig.
Exactly.
To gig
like,
to gig.
yeah, I got this wedding later. I'm about to go shoot this music video in a little bit.
They just looking for bread. They just looking to make money. So it's like, Nah, what I would do, I would never ask a videographer, DP, camera person. You don't gotta edit my shit. I'll find somebody else to edit it.
Oh wow.
You could shoot it, but just give me the footage, and then I'll give you your money, and then that's it. Never ask a DP to edit your shit. Always try to find a separate editor.
Yeah.
So just a little advice for y'all filmmakers or y'all people who want content or all that stuff. So so you won't get fucked up.
There you go.
Let's get into this Tory Lanez beef.
You want to talk about Tory Lanez?
Yeah.
So shout out to anybody that listened to the last couple episodes. Some people weren't necessarily into boxing, but I always tell you on our Instagram page at Bros Wit No Hoes Podcast, let us know what you guys want to hear about. Let us know, any critiques, stuff like that. People gave us some good feedback. I appreciate everybody that listened. But yeah,
just hit us up in the comments. Let us know. We'll try to get to what you want. But at the end of the day, we're gonna talk about whatever the fuck we want.
Exactly. I mean that too. But yeah, I had somebody say that they don't really follow like current music and stuff like that. So I forget what we were talking about in, I guess, the first episode. But yes, we're gonna get into this hip hop real quick. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who's up on the hip hop game. I realize, like, for me, hip hop is almost like watching sports. I never really was into like
it is very
all the sports. Super competitive. Like you got to stay up on people's stats and shit like that. But yeah, so Tory Lanez is trying to be the new. He's trying to be the new Tekashi 6ix9ine. I really feel like. He's clout chasing like a mug. He's trolling like a mug. But he's been doing this for quite some time, where he keeps saying, "Oh, I'm better than this person. I'm better than this person." In rap, like everybody knows Tory Lanez is like a singer type dude. But he raps here and there. And actually, the first song I ever heard from Tory Lanez was a rap song. I think it was called Icy or something like that. I was like, this dude is nice.
I'm not gonna lie, he could rap.
No, he can.
I don't think he's the best in hip hop, but I do think that he's a better rapper than he is a singer. And I say that because he uses all that stupid ass auto tune in his fucking music, where he'll be like his voice will be like.
I think
I'm
it's funny.
Yo, how your voice so squeaky?
I really want to hear what he sounds like without it when he's doing those parts, because I'm really curious.
Yeah.
I'm like.
You don't sound like that.
You don't talk like that. You know what I'm saying?
Because when he talks regular, like your voice is mad deep. Like how do you get that?
On my back yet?
Yeah. Like how do you get to that?
I'd be like, when? Why did you decide to go up? But
so I really think he is a good rapper. But
I think,
as you guys know, I'm from the Bronx. We from the Bronx, and I support my Bronx artists. I support Dream Doll. I support Don Q.
I support Don Q.
I think Don Q is one of the nicest dudes coming out the Bronx. I just don't think he gets the credit lyrically that he deserves, but I do think he's a really good artist.
Yeah, so I was really mad that Don Q, out of all people, is the one that has stepped up. I respect for being the first one to be like, nah, calm that shit down, boy.
Exactly.
Calm that shit down. But and he told him straight up, like, he had something to say. He was like, look, I'm not joining her. I'm not going to be your friend after this, blah, blah, blah. I did not hear, Don Q released 2 tracks, right? I didn't hear the first one, which I probably should have gone and tried to hear the first one, but the second one was good. But Tory was like, yo, the second one wasn't as good as the first one. So like, what you doing? I didn't even hear Tory Lanez track. I only heard snippets.
Yeah, I only heard the snippets of it.
But I heard all the Dream Doll shit. You know what I'm saying? I heard all the
She sprayed the whole block.
Shout out to my girl Agatha from the BX. My girl Agatha. And shout out High Bridge too. High Bridge, Don Q, we love you, boss. But yeah, Dream Doll put that pussy on his head. You know what I'm saying?
You got a little bit of that?
She murked this. I don't know if she has writers or not. First off, one of my favorite beats ever.
I'll whip your head, boy. That's definitely one of my songs.
She had to turn it up on him real quick. Very graphic for anybody that don't listen to stuff like this.
Question, is she fucking for the money or is she fucking for free?
Ooh.
All I know after this, you ain't gonna be fucking with me.
That's right.
Nah. Nope.
Nah. So apparently she smashed Don Q and Tory Lanez.
Same night I met Tory, had a meat in my box, eating my ass, he tried to suck my feet through my socks. Don't ever say my name on the record, you trying to get props. Cause the day I feel disrespected, I make you my ops. I put that pussy on your head, up and down, round and round, had Beijing all in my life.
I know.
Word to my mother, nigga. Only nigga I ever fucked that wanted a threesome with another nigga.
No.
You know what it is?
No.
You know how much respect I never really like been a music fan of Dream Doll. I think she's a pretty girl, or whatever.
I think she's dope.
The fact that she took the "I fucked you" away from Tory Lanez.
Yo, that was the hardest part about it.
She took the "I fucked you" away from him and brought it to her and said, "Nah, I fucked you."
The song cover is him giving her a kiss on the cheek. Tory Lanez kissing her on the cheek. So apparently she smashed both of them, and I guess she must have said something about Don Q wanted a feature or something like that.
So
and ended up smashing. He didn't have to. He just smashed off.
Yeah, he just smashed it because
she apparently she liked him too. She said that too, I think. So she liked Tory Lanez. You know what I'm saying? So she had to see what was up, and I guess he was trying to suck her toes through her socks. And
which is quite disgusting.
Had his hairline leaking all over her leg and shit. Which that's
so to put more context to it, so Tory Lanez basically said was telling to Don Q, you paid Dream Doll to be on a song with you.
Word.
But you was doing it so that you can clap it.
Word.
I met her the first night and I clapped it
bang, bang.
without having to put no bread up.
Bang bang.
So
that's a different type of bread though too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a different type of bread. I feel like that would not to take anything away from Dream Doll, but I feel like that, like seeing Don Q, like y'all in the same scene, y'all both from the Bronx, you know what I'm saying? So that's, you see Tory Lanez, he from Canada.
Word.
He got all these big ass chains around his neck. He got golden
hairline is all new,
platinum records and word, all that. So I guess I can see how it would be enticing. They probably the same height too, though.
Probably. I think I've actually seen Don Q before. Not in the Bronx. I think this was in this is when I was working in the club. This was this was House in Tribeca. I was working at House in Tribeca, and then one night Don Q came, and the dude is like, he's gotta be like a good 5'4".
Oh no,
Real
all these people in question right now, I think everybody's a decent height to be called short.
Yeah.
So, and Tory embraces that too, so
Tory Lanez is definitely short. He's like a good 5'2".
Shout out to his you ever see his jump shot?
Yes.
Yeah, where he like chucks his whole body back to release the ball like a slingshot or something like that.
I've definitely seen him play ball.
Yo, his shot is so crazy. Like, I'm trash at basketball, but his shot is crazy, bro. Like, he put so much effort into it. It's wild. But yeah, so back to the rapping.
So, Tory Lanez said that about Dream. Dream came back and was like, nah, bruh, you ain't fucked me. I fucked you.
Her shit was fire though.
That shit was I give respect to her.
And that 50 Cent track, I whip your head, boy. Like I said, that was one of the hardest beats. She went in on that.
So big shout out to Dream Doll for killing it.
She put that
spraying up the whole
head.
block. You ever seen that scene in Menace to Society where Old Dog was talking to his boy in the back seat? I forgot the dude name, the main character. Jesus, I'm just fucking it all up. But he was like, yo, we smoked your goddamn cousin and you ain't gonna do shit. I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna spray the whole, like, I'm gonna shoot everybody. I don't give a fuck who out there. Like, that was Dream Doll.
She murked it.
She ain't care who was on the block.
She did her thing, yo. So I appreciate her representing from the Bronx. Not to say that Don Q didn't do it. I think Tory's like done with all this. I feel like he probably just stepped back, like, all right, I'm not gonna say nothing else. He said something like, "Oh, ain't nobody gonna stop this run," because obviously he's doing all this for promotion. Man.
Exactly, he's
doing
got like an album coming out.
Come on, that's exactly what it was. So whatever new video he just released, he was promoting that the very next day. Like, the show must go on. You know what I'm saying? So he's doing a good job. He's trying to pull the Soulja Boy, the Tekashi 6ix9ine. Like, he's got it. You know what I'm saying? I chunk it up for Tory. I'm not a fan of the moves, especially like what I think Game had said something about Kim Kardashian in one of the songs also.
Yeah, I didn't hear what he said, but
everybody chasing clout, yo.
Yeah,
he said something like he made Kim Kardashian choke on his kids or some shit like that.
Come on, man. Like, at this point it's just like, all right, we know why you're doing it. You just want the clout, you want the IG posts about you in the shade room. Like, come on.
That's how you get eyes on you. So he's figured out, he's been doing this for a long time. Certain people have just figured out, like, any press is good press. So if I can say something wild enough for people to, you know what I'm saying? People still gonna keep buying Kanye's shoes and sneakers and stuff like that, and his music and stuff just cause, So.
But it's like, are we at that point now? where everything's got to be the new promotion is a troll.
Unfortunately, that's where we at right now.
The new promo is just you trolling somebody to get eyes on you instead of just going out and being like, yo, like, nah, this is what I got coming out. I got a new album coming out. I got a new movie.
Because they don't respect that. You got to be controversial now.
That shit is fucked up. That shit is so fucked up. So, you want to get into these shout outs?
The shout outs already? We ain't got nothing else to
I don't know. What else you want to talk about real quick?
So we coming up on an hour. We talked about we talked about Dream Doll and everything. I wanted to shout out Taraji P. Henson for getting her.
Oh yeah, she did get the star on the Walk of Fame.
Right.
Got to give it up to black women, black girl magic.
She like 60 or something, still putting out movies and still looking like she 20 something. She amazing. Taraji is the bomb, yo.
She's sexy.
She's almost like, I wouldn't say like I would say maybe like a Kevin Hart type, where she's like in soul, like Tiffany Haddish was trying to pull it off and she was doing it. Mm-hmm. She still kind of is, but Taraji's really in everything. Like I watch certain shows. Like I was watching Person of Interest.
Yeah, she was in Person.
Yo, you like that show?
I don't like it, but I know she was in it. Oh my
god, I was like Taraji in that shit. I just watched it because I thought it was dope. Yo, she's. You know what movie I was
watching that she's actually in? That I was like, yo, she really did her thing in this. Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
Really?
You ever seen that?
I never saw that.
She was in it.
I never saw that.
She was the mother who found Brad Pitt's character, and that's when she realized that he was aging backwards. Yeah. And she actually, I think she got nominated for an Oscar for it.
Taraji been putting in work over these past few years, man. She's been doing it. So thank you to.
I hate you, Jody.
Yeah. Even since then. Taraji, shout out to you for doing your thing out there. I hope to get back to LA sometime and check out your star.
Word.
So you definitely wanted to touch on the Killer Mike show.
Oh yeah, real quick. I mean,
not the show or his interview.
I gotta watch the show on Netflix.
Definitely check out Trigger Warning. Everybody out there.
I gotta watch the show. So I didn't see the show yet, but I did hear there's one episode where the entire day. He tries to go one day with just black-owned businesses.
Only supporting
black-owned businesses, and he ended up like riding a fucking bike because you can't ride a car because it's not black.
There you go.
I don't know if I could do that shit.
Support black business, y'all.
And then it's like you can go to a black grocery store, but like where do they get their produce and stuff from? Do they get it from another black? You know what I mean?
From a white farm? Oh, I can't shop here, boss.
I can't buy this.
Can't do it, man.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to just support black for a day.
It is, and there's definitely like I encourage people to like check out websites. I know there's like buyblack.com and stuff like that, where you can find places that are strictly black owned. If you want to go to a grocery store, if you want to go to, I don't know, any type of business, pretty much. If certain types of clothes and stuff like that, like certain types of, like there was, I think he found like a black owned phone or something like that. In that episode.
Wow.
There was a lot. He was only giving money to the black strippers at the strip clubs and stuff. Like he was only buying weed from black people. That was, he was on it.
Yeah, I gotta watch that show because he did do something. So one of the biggest gangs is Hell's Angels, which was a bike gang, I believe so.
Right.
And they essentially commercialized, and like everybody knows Hell's Angels. They trademarked it. They got like shirts and stuff like that.
Word up.
So he's trying to do that with like the Bloods and the Crips. And if you think about it, that's actually kind of dope because like those are pretty much like, if you don't know the Bloods and the Crips, regardless if you in hip hop or not, or in like black culture, you got to know the Bloods and the Crips.
Yo, and I thought he was joking at first when I seen that, but for real, like it sucks to say like organized crime and stuff like is marketable, but like
it is though.
The Mafia got shows. Yeah, there's VH1 Cartel Crew is a thing.
That shit is trash.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That show is wild trash.
That shit is
that show is super trash.
Show, I saw the first episode.
That's all I watched.
I only watched trash.
I only watched the beginning of it. I was curious. I was like, all right, so every show you watch that has to deal with the cartel, believe it or not, I never even watched Narcos. I only watched one episode of Narcos.
I saw Narcos. I saw the first season of Narcos. I didn't see the second season or the new one that's out.
But like the cartel's like reputation speaks for itself. So I was trying to figure out, like, same thing with the mob. Like, I be wondering like how like Mob Wives is a thing. Like, how can you have a show where you talk about like the business, but I guess they can't get too deep into it. But was it Griselda Blanco's kids or something like that?
Yeah, his her son.
Yeah, so I was like, I don't know how deep they can get into certain things, or
But
how...
like, even if you are Griselda Blanco's son, and dudes had prices on your head, bro.
I put that money on your head.
Yeah, like dudes had prices on your head. You went to jail. Okay, you did your time, and then you got out. That price ain't dissipate. You know what I mean?
I almost felt like it was snitching. Like there's shows. Oh my god, I can't remember the name of the show, but there's like shows on certain channels. I don't know if it's Nat Geo that has like, they be showing, like, you've seen these shows where it has like people selling drugs and stuff like that, and they'll follow them like documentary style, but they'll have a mask on and shit. Ski Mask P.
Woo! Ski Mask P in the building.
Ski Mask P's in the building, yeah. But then they'll also follow the cops, like, oh yeah, we've been chasing after this person. I'm like, yo, they just finished filming them like an hour ago.
You
like,
couldn't just tell them where they were.
Yo, son, like, what kind of contract do y'all have set up where it's like, okay, we'll let you follow us, but don't tell the cops where we are? And same thing with the cops. Yeah, you can follow us around on our investigation, but also we're not gonna ask for information on where the fuck the person that we're actually trying to find that you just interviewed and is currently shipping like pounds and pounds of cocaine across state borders. Like, I don't understand that. But yeah, the cartel crew is trash. It's super trash.
And there's one girl on there who was like, I'm not sure if my family was in a cartel or not. Like, it's just all like, I think at this point this reality TV shit is just starting to get dull.
It's foolishness. But yeah, but back to so Killer Mike is branding the Bloods and the Crips. And again, I thought he was joking, but I actually think it's a super dope idea, just because, like you said, the Hells Angels got
they got their shit trademarked. You know what I'm saying?
Clearly the cartel on VH1, so why not? You know, why not try to
why not do some Blood and Crip shit? Hell yeah.
So if I see some Crip-a-Cola in the streets or some
I
blood
would definitely
pop,
buy it.
I'm gonna get myself a bottle. You ever get a rap snack? You ever have rap snack?
Yeah, I had the Migos one.
Really?
I had the Migos one. Nah, the Migos one is dumb good. I had the Migos one.
Was it with a dab of ranch?
I had with the dab of ranch. I had the Fetty Wap one. The Fetty Wap one is jalapeno ranch.
You out here?
Yeah, I had the Fetty Wap one, and then I had the Lil Romeo one.
Oh wow,
Lil Romeo got one.
That's another thing I thought was fake when I seen it. I was like, these ain't real.
Nah, they real.
Rap snacks,
and they good too.
For real.
Shout out to Rap Snacks.
Who makes those, yo?
I don't know. Hopefully it's black owned.
I hope it's black owned. Right?
Because I definitely had some.
I'm trying to get myself a rap snack. I gotta try that. That something. What was it? It's something with a dab of ranch. Another one of their lyrics or something. Trina got a honey jalapeno. Yo, these is like, they look like something. So I don't know if they sell them out here in Jersey.
I think Lil Boosie got one too.
Boosie got rap snacks?
One, like a Louisiana something.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Rap Snacks is actually pretty good.
Oh man. So hopefully Fab
got one.
What is that? New York something?
Fab do got one.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so check out the Rap Snacks website, the Fabulous Deli Cheddar.
The wavy.
I'm dead. I am
Louisiana
dead.
Heat.
The New York Deli Cheddar, yo. That's funny as hell, yo. All right, so so back to so you brought up Killer Mike. Oh, that's what it was. White cheddar with a dab of ranch. Okay, cool. Shout out to the Migos for marketing their stuff. But so you wanted to speak on Killer Mike's Breakfast Club interview?
Yeah, he had we'll speak about it real quick. But he did have an interview on the Breakfast Club, and he went back and forth with DJ Envy about public schools versus private schools.
Okay, yeah, that was a super heated topic.
Yeah, that was pretty heated. For some
reason, and I think that anytime Envy gets heated like that,
beige rage.
I feel like, they call it beige rage. Anytime he gets heated like that, I think he might have misunderstood something, because it was a whole thing where like Deezus and Mero, where he like tried to bark on them too. But also, Killer Mike has a very strong voice,
very strong, and
he likes to get his point across. So maybe some of that could have got misconstrued. But what was the situation between public schools and private schools? Because I'm here either way. I'm private school for most of my life anyway. So
I'm private school for a little bit of my life, and the rest of my life I was all public schools, and I even went to a public college. My thing is, I get what they're both saying. Killer Mike was more of like, listen, the second we get some money, or we get out the hood, and we go to where basically, for lack of a better phrase, all the white people are. We take our kids, we put them in the most expensive.
Try to be a suburban dude.
Yeah, we try to be suburban. We take our kids, we put them in the private schools with all the other white kids in the most expensive private schools. And it's like, I think what Killer Mike was trying to say was
keep that money.
Yeah, we should try to keep the money in house and invest in, instead of taking our kids out of the public school system. What we should do is invest in the public school system, either monetarily or invest our time, like vote for the board, be more active and request more from the city to put more into the books, the type of teachers that they have and stuff like that, which I completely understand. Like, that's what I want, because I know growing up in the public school system, like, we definitely had a bunch of like outdated books and stuff like that. Like, teachers wasn't paid that much, so teachers wasn't giving a fuck. So
hell yeah, teachers are definitely still underpaid. I'm still waiting for them to legalize weed so we can have all that money go into the education system. You know what I'm saying? Not just for the weed, but also, you know what I'm saying? Because Colorado is doing very well. They got too much money. They're giving money back over there.
Yeah,
you know
that's how we got to do it. So.
But yeah, Killer Mike said he had like a bunch of white dudes in his neighborhood come together and start a Montessori school, and that's something that, his whole thing, and you had posted something about this on IG too, like the whole thing about buying back the block.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Is something that people need to start taking way more seriously. And I'm glad rappers are stepping up and making an example. Like Rick Ross was one of the first people that was buying out all these random, finger licking? No, that's DJ Khaled. Wingstops.
And Wingstop is actually pretty fucking good too.
Started rapping about lemon pepper in his verses and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So so that's advertisement right there. But also at the same time, it's like, yo, why are you buying a Wingstop? And I think he's buying some checkers and stuff too. But yo, that's money right there. Yo, that's an investment.
Exactly.
And not only that, you giving people jobs in the hood.
Exactly.
So definitely, anytime you come into, if you find a way to come into some money, definitely try to figure out a way to
start buying back the block. A lot of these freaking, all y'all IG people, all y'all, people that's making all this fast money, all these scammers, drug dealers, y'all getting $10,000. You coming up trying to flex on IG with $10,000. You could take that same $10,000 and invest it in something that can either bring you more income legitimately. If you're a drug dealer, obviously we don't know the average income of a drug dealer. I would say between $50 and $150 or $200,000 a year.
Guess. That was accurate right there.
I would guess that they don't do their taxes. So
I was gonna say, you got some.
They don't have any tax
accountants.
filings, but if they were to fill out their taxes, that'd be so dope though. Like a drug dealer who fills out his taxes. Like just so we know the average income.
It's like I sold 20 QPs last quarter, so can I write those off? I spent about $1,000 in baggies every month, so
I need to put that on my taxes.
Exactly.
Yes,
got to write that off.
And of course, transportation and everything,
security. Right? These are all things that are important.
So Killer Mike was talking about how public schools, they have like trade programs, like they teach you nursing, they teach you how to do like a laundromat or something like that, some other shit. Okay. He learned aviation and all that stuff. The point that DJ Envy was making was that in private school, they teach you how to be an entrepreneur. They teach you how to own a business. They teach you how to invest.
He said his kids have entrepreneurial classes, and I was like, yo, what school is this?
Exactly.
But
like,
again,
why I ain't go to that school?
This is DJ Envy though. So I was like, I know he can't think this is normal though. That was another thing that was getting me upset.
Again, it depends on what type of school your kids are going to. If your kids are going to like one of the top private schools in the state or in the city, then I'm sure the parents whose other kids are going there are just as rich as you, or if not richer. Right. So they're putting in, they're investing money into the school and they're giving money to the programs, and they're probably in there like, I don't want my kid learning how to be a car repairman. Like, I want my kid to learn how to be an entrepreneur. You know what I mean? Like,
which is super dope. And like I said, I've always hated school, but I've always gone to private school my whole life. And I don't know why we didn't get like a tax class or something like that.
Yeah.
Or, it's like something as simple as that. Like
how to pay your fucking bills.
Yo, for real.
Like a life course.
I think the best thing that we did, we had an economics class in high school. and we like did like fake stocks like for like that semester or whatever, which was super dope. But besides that, like no real life
shit
stuff came out of.
I'm turning 30 this year, and I still have not used Pythagorean's theorem for anything.
Ever.
Like anything.
Ever. What are you using that for?
Absolutely
what are you
nothing.
using that for? The x-axis and the y-axis.
Yeah, what the
you know, when does the axis just pop up when you in the middle of the street or something and somebody coming at you with a gun or something like that? When is if I plug the 2 and the x into no, none of this ever comes up in real life. And that's something I realized early on. Like for people that don't know, I always wanted to be a dentist. Like that was my thing. Like I was working in the dentist office. I worked in the dentist office for like 4 years. That's how serious I was about it. I was in summer school. My first year, I was in summer school because I hated school and I was doing bad at math because I probably didn't remember the Pythagorean theorem. And I asked one of the dentists, you know, they just went through years and years of school and shit like that. Hey, can you help me out with this math problem real quick? I was like, man, I haven't had to use none of that stuff since. I'm like, get out of here. Get out of here. I didn't care about school before that, but I really didn't care about school after that. But
I never really cared about school that much. Like, until I went to college, and then that's when I started taking courses that I was actually interested in.
Yeah, that's what them electives is for. When you realize that, you know, you want to grasp something. And I think Killer Mike had said something about that too, about how when you're in school, all they do is teach you how to take tests and like be obedient.
Pretty much.
So that's
they teach you how to be an employee. And
for real
talk.
And I realized like that because I was a daydreamer, I was a drawer, like I realized that I lack that discipline now, so maybe I should have been paying a little bit more attention, but I probably would have just been a boring ass like slave like a lot of people.
True.
You know what I'm saying? If I would have stayed in tune and tried to make sure I had decent grades. That's another thing. I hated homework. I always hated homework.
I hated homework.
I never understood why I have to do work.
I've always been
at my house.
Like I've definitely been a big daydreamer in class, like just thinking about just random shit. And obviously, you know, at the time I was into basketball.
Oh, word.
So, you know, that was just like the only thing I gave a shit about.
Where you was out in basketball too.
So, I didn't care nothing about school. Like even going to when I first started going to private school, I literally went there because they had a basketball program.
Dope.
So, yeah, schools never until like when I went to there was one point in time where I actually did like school, and that was when I was in the 8th grade. But I'm talking before college. Was when I was in the 8th grade. And I went to the school called Manhattan East. Shout out to everybody who went to Manhattan East.
Manhattan East.
And I took a drama class. And
ooh.
Yeah,
I've never taken a drama class, and that's a big regret of mine.
Yeah,
I always wish I took some type of acting stuff.
I took a drama class, and I had the best time of my life there. And I remember it was one time where our teacher, I forget her name, literally was like, she took the whole class. We were in the auditorium, and she was literally just asking us like, what's some bad times in our life?
Ooh.
Literally, because it's drama, so this is about,
she want to pull the emotion out.
Yeah, how to pull the emotion from you and use that for, you know, your acting. And I swear to God, the whole class was crying, me included.
Wow.
Whole class was like opening up. You know, there was one student whose parent like passed away and stuff like that, and they was just talking about it. Everybody was breaking down.
That's wild.
Swear to God, I gotta find out the name of that teacher. I forgot her name, but that was the dopest moment.
That's crazy. Yeah, I never took no acting classes or nothing like that, but I might want to.
That was dope. In college, I took a journalism class.
Always.
That's when I knew I had like a passion. I wouldn't say a passion for writing, but like that's when I knew I there's something there. You know what I mean?
I feel you on that, because when I made that decision that I wasn't going to be a dentist, because, well, I think I still wanted to be a dentist at the time, but I continued to fail the same classes over and over and over and over again. I think it was chemistry. I failed like 4 or 5 times. And when I showed up at the beginning of the semester, the teacher just looked at me in my face like, yo, bro.
What you doing here?
Like, what? Yo, come on.
Come on, man.
Yo, for real? Why you here, bro? Why you here? So I gave up on that. I switched my major to I switched my minor to African American Studies. I was originally anthrobiochem.
What the fuck is that?
Yo, exactly. Exactly. And O'Day was my mentor, and I want to say my staff advisor or something like that. Like, he worked at Lehman at the time, so he would
shout out to O-Dog.
He would see me going through shit at the time. So, yes, I was an anthrobiochem major. So when I switched that, I was an anthropology major, and I had to get a minor. My major was so brolic that I didn't need a minor. So once I needed a minor, I went with African American studies, and I was like, nah, that's too easy. I'm black already. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, let me challenge myself. People always told me I was good at videos and stuff like that. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna try multimedia journalism. I get in there. I was an internship with BronxNet. Right,
Yeah.
I walked in there.
Shout out to BronxNet.
I see, yeah. Shout out to BronxNet, yo. Even though I got fired. Yeah, I walked in there. They got cameras and stuff, and it was just super dope. I'm like, this is class. I'm getting credit for this, like, and I did that for a semester, and then the next semester, I walked into my class. It was a TV class, and it had the same thing. Had to deal with the cameras and stuff like that. My professor was my supervisor at BronxNet. And I walked in, and she was like, oh, Vince knows everything. He's going to teach the class. I'm going to get coffee. And I was like, word? I'm teaching this? I was teaching the class, bro.
I remember the first time my pops used to go to BronxNet to do something. I don't know if he was trying to record a show or if he was doing the course. But he used to take me and my sister there. And I used to see all the shit that they had there. I was like a kid.
You wasn't a filmmaker yet.
Yeah, I wasn't a filmmaker yet, but it was interesting to see like all the shit that they had there in the beginning. So yeah, shout out to BronxNet, man. I never really done nothing, no collab with y'all, but shout out to BronxNet.
Word up. So I'm definitely gonna encourage anybody, if you're from the Bronx, to stop by there or check out the Bronx.
Yeah, learn all the resources, like all y'all influencers and fake IG people. Y'all want videos, but y'all want to outsource it to everybody and pay everybody. You need to learn how to do that shit yourself.
Learn, boy. All that stuff is there. So so now you want to get into some shout outs?
Yeah, let's get into some shout outs.
Some shit outs. You got some lined up?
I don't really got no shout outs lined up.
I got mine ready.
Shoot them off.
All right, so into the shout outs. Like I said, at least until we get, I don't know if we get like 100 followers on IG or something like that, I'm gonna keep shouting people out. If you have something cool to say about the podcast, if you want to give us any feedback, or if you just want to share it in your story, just let us know you listened. I'm gonna shout you out on this joint, right? So obviously I gotta shout out my little brother Niles. Woo! I don't know why or how I didn't shout him out, but I shouted out his friends and stuff like that. So shout out Niles. My guy Eddie said he was listening. Shout out to DJ Hover from Stationhead. I seen that Moving Mondays. Phoenix MPM is in here. He listened to your show a couple times too. Nicole Murda. She's a rapper. She listened to the podcast. She said it was dope. She enjoyed it. My guy Flex Rondo, who actually looks like Rondo. He looks a lot. He said he wanted to come on the podcast. So when we start having guests, he's going to be one of those people that we have up here also. I don't know how we missed Jeremy.
Oh, shout out to Rich.
Shout out to Rich, man. Rich, is it _RMG?
Yeah. Go follow him on Instagram.
This dude.
If you're trying to get your headshots, any photography, go hit up Rich.
Word. One of the biggest supporters of the podcast, and actually did the photo shoot for the picture, man.
Word.
The picture, the Bros With No Hoes. I don't even know what to call it. An album cover, I guess. But yeah, thank you so much, bro. We appreciate you, dog. More than you know. My friend Desiree from Lehman said she was listening. My guy Otto Hayes, he's got a project, Screwed Romance, out. He's a rapper from Movement Mondays also, said he checked it out. I gotta shout out my girlfriends, people, Jalissa and also Kareen. They said they listened. Jalissa and Kareen, thank you so much for checking out the podcast. People that said that they was gonna listen, I said I was gonna shout them out. Kel Bells on IG, my friend Kelly from Lehman, Ryan Johns, my guy from Mount St. Michael, Mac from Movement Mondays, Mac_Stay Fleet, and Glitters Door. Glitters Door said she saw the podcast in an ad or something like that, and said she was going to take a listen. And of course, Ethan Ross, my boy Ethan Ross. I just sent him the link, so he said he was going to check it out too.
I just want to shout out the whole hood. Just because after that Adrian Broner fight, he was like, I gotta big up the whole hood. I just want to shout out the whole hood, man, for coming out.
We're sorry that he bigged you up. We're sorry. We're sorry.
So, as always, don't invite us to any parties, any gatherings, or anything of that nature, because we have no hoes. And don't ask me if I have any hoes, because I don't. This is the Bros With No Hoes Podcast. Peace out.
Peace. No hoes here, guys.
No disrespect.